As of January 9, 2025, the conflict between Israel and Hamas in the Gaza Strip continues with significant developments. Welcome to the Echoes of Governance, where we dive deep into the intricate world of politics, policies, and power. Here, we explore the reverberations of decisions made by governments, from historical legacies to contemporary shifts. Through in-depth analysis, thought-provoking discussions, and diverse viewpoints, we aim to uncover how governance shapes societies, impacts daily lives, and drives global change. Join us as we amplify the voices, ideas, and forces that echo through the corridors of power, and explore the political stories that matter most. Bodies of Hamas hostages found in Gaza tunnel ID'd as father and son kidnapped from kibbutz, report. A father and son thought to still be alive after they were taken hostage by Hamas during the terror group's 2023 attack on Israel were found dead in the Gaza Strip, the Israeli military told their loved ones Wednesday. The abductees, Yusuf Zaydaini, 53, and his son Hamza Zaydaini, 22, had been thought to be alive after their abduction, which happened October 7 in Kibbutz Halat. But their corpses were discovered in an underground tunnel near the southern Gaza city of Rafah, crushing any hopes of their safe return. U.S. Arab mediators make some progress in Gaza peace talks, no deal yet, sources say. Cairo, January 9. Reuters. U.S. and Arab mediators have made some progress in their efforts to reach a ceasefire accord between Israel and Hamas in Gaza, but not enough to seal a deal, Palestinian sources close to the talks said on Thursday. As talks continued in Qatar, the Israeli military carried out strikes across the enclave, killing at least 17 people, Palestinian medics said. Qatar, the US and Egypt are making a major push to reach a deal to halt fighting in the 15-month conflict and free remaining hostages held by Islamist group Hamas before President Joe Biden leaves office. President-elect Donald Trump has warned there will be hell to pay if the hostages are not released by his inauguration on Jan. 20. On Thursday, a Palestinian official close to the mediation effort said the absence of a deal so far did not mean the talks were going nowhere and said this was the most serious attempt so far to reach an accord. There are extensive negotiations, mediators and negotiators are talking about every word and every detail. There is a breakthrough when it comes narrowing old existing gaps, but there is no deal yet, he told Reuters, without giving further details. On Tuesday, Israeli Foreign Ministry Director General Eden Bar-Tal said Israel was fully committed to reaching an agreement to return its hostages from Gaza but faces obstruction from Hamas. The two sides have been in an impasse for a year over two key issues. Hamas has said it will only free its remaining hostages if Israel agrees to end the war and withdraw all its troops from Gaza. Israel says it will not end the war until Hamas is dismantled and all hostages are free. Severe humanitarian crisis. On Thursday, the death toll from Israel's military strikes included 8 Palestinians killed in a house in Jabalia, the largest of Gaza's 8 historic refugee camps, where Israeli forces have operated for more than 3 months. 9 others, including a father and his 3 children, died in 2 separate airstrikes on 2 houses in central Gaza Strip, health officials said. There was no Israeli military comment on the 2 incidents. Ceasefire negotiations. U.S. and Arab mediators, including Qatar and Egypt, are making progress in peace talks aimed at achieving a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. Despite ongoing discussions in Qatar, no formal agreement has been reached yet. The mediators aim to secure a ceasefire and the release of hostages held by Hamas before President Joe Biden's term ends on January 20th. President-elect Donald Trump has issued a stern warning to Hamas, urging the release of hostages before his inauguration. Hostage situations. The Israeli military has recovered the bodies of Yusuf Zaydani, 53, and his son Hamza Zaydani, 22, who were kidnapped by Hamas during their 2023 attack on Israel. Their remains were found in a tunnel near Rafah in southern Gaza, ending hopes of their safe return. This discovery comes amid discussions of a possible ceasefire agreement, which could potentially lead to the release of remaining hostages. Hamas resistance *. Despite significant losses in its leadership, including the deaths of key figures such as Ismail Haniyeh, Mohammed Daif, and Yahya Sinwar, Hamas continues to resist in Gaza with approximately 20,000 combatants. The organization maintains operational capabilities in a substantial portion of its tunnel network. Hamas currently holds around 70 hostages and is engaged in indirect negotiations with Israel for a potential ceasefire, mediated by Qatar and Egypt. Their demands include the complete withdrawal of Israeli forces from Gaza. Humanitarian concerns *. Pope Francis has intensified his criticism of Israel's military actions in Gaza, describing the humanitarian crisis as very serious and shameful. He condemned the bombing of civilians and the destruction of infrastructure, highlighting the dire conditions faced by children without electricity. This stance has drawn criticism from Israeli officials. Recent casualties. Israeli airstrikes continue to result in civilian casualties in Gaza. Recent reports indicate that 17 people, nearly all women or children, were killed in southern Gaza due to Israeli strikes. The situation remains highly volatile, with ongoing military actions and complex negotiations. The international community continues to call for a ceasefire and humanitarian relief for the affected populations in the region. Dear viewers, remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more updates about Gaza versus Israel's war. Drop your comment below. Until next